Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors and pit clip, grinning from ear to ear. Craving that raven grain, rekindle the flame, close to she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and it's happy Monday to you guys. Hopefully, everybody made it safe through the 100-mile-an-hour winds last night. I think we had a couple tornadoes. The touchdown, sorry about that. And I told my former coach, told me to stop sniffling. It makes it look bad. I'm like, well, hell, I got sinuses. So if you have sinuses, you can appreciate what I'm going through. If you don't have sinuses, then you don't. You have no idea what it's like. When the weather changes and it messes with you, you have no idea. For those of us who do have it, we all appreciate it and we all feel sorry for each other. But that being said, if you guys want to comment or have anything that you want to say or ask me questions, you can today. Please go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications for the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, and you can ask me questions or you can comment on anything that we're talking about. And like I said, on our show, the after the storm, the OKC Thunder post-game analysis show, which is also up here, you can like, subscribe, hit notifications for that. We have a good following on that, and we have some good banter going back and forth with guys, and so if you haven't had a chance to watch that, go ahead. And, of course, you can go to MC Sports Network, www.mcsportsnetwork.com, and you can go in and you can look at any of our previous episodes, watch that. Or, like I said, you can go to YouTube and do that as well. However you want to do it, it's kind of whatever you want to do. It's easy way. Either way, for me, it doesn't matter. But anyway, the Thunder got beat. I'm sure most of you all know this. The Thunder lost to the Mavericks in Game 6 in Dallas, 117-116. The Thunder had the game all the way under control. Reminds me of the Lakers in Denver when the Lakers led, except for the final half second of the game against the Nuggets. Kind of same type thing. The Thunder were in control, and I thought that, him, making the moves that he made, not starting Josh, but then once you did start Josh, it kind of messed up your second team rotation when you could no longer use your best 5 players together as a group. But they did make the run twice with J-Dub off the bench or on the bench, and in the fourth quarter, he played the whole fourth quarter, and every time they'd make a run, you'd bring J-Dub in, they'd come back. And in the fourth quarter, he played the whole fourth quarter. And I understand you have the supreme confidence in the young man, but when you're trying to win and get back to Oklahoma City for a Game 7, that's a huge thing for what Oklahoma City can achieve, what could happen with our team, what happens with our city. All kinds of things could have generated from that. But once again, he has a plan on what he believes he's going to do, and he's stuck with it no matter what people say. But the difference is that people understand that he is not the coach of the year. People don't say that anymore. They stopped after his interview with Shaq, Kenny, and Charles. They realized right then, hey, this guy, what is he talking about? And then they watched him coach, and they realized that, like I said, he won the MVP because I'm the coach of the year because nobody saw us play. Unless you watch Bally's, which nobody did unless you're an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, and we did it grudgingly because we had to. But anyway, the Mavericks took care of business, came back and won, and, of course, SGA with a huge three-point foul over at the end of the game, which, could or could not have cost us the game. I don't know. He may have made it. He may have not. He had just hit his last couple shots, 3, so the chance of him making it were probably 50-50, 60-40, probably somewhere around that. But he did foul him, and then Dagnall challenge, which I don't know what your assistants are doing looking at a pad. He got fouled. He fouled him. There's no question he hit him on the arm. Now, he did get the ball first, and then under the understanding of what the rules were that were explained later, is that if you hit the ball first and you miss large, and just the ball is relieving the hand, and you hit the ball first, then hit the arm, it's not a foul. But he hit him on the arm. He hit it. He hit the ball first clearly, and then came down on his arm. Then he released it. So it was a foul. He makes the first two free throws, puts Dallas up one, and then he makes the second one. But the problem missed the third one on purpose. And the problem I have is that the Thunder had no timeouts. So I don't understand why Daigneault did that, because I'm like, okay, it's a foul. And if your assistants are watching the game, you can see that it's a foul. We saw that it's a foul. How was it not a foul? And understanding what the rules are, you just gave away the opportunity, if he made the shot, to call timeout, to run a play. Now you have no way to do that because he missed the shot on purpose. We got the rebound. We didn't have time to really do anything. The game was over. If we have that extra timeout, he's got to make it. Or if he does miss it, we still can call timeout and run some sort of play to try to get a shot off. So, by him doing that, once again, the coach of the year made another blunder, just like he did in the Philly game when SGA and J-Dub were out. Josh is in the game. We're up. With 3 minutes to go, he takes Josh out the game, puts Dort as your point guard. The hell? You've got 3 point guards. 3 guys who can facilitate. That's SGA, that's J-Dub, and that's Josh. You take all of them off the court, and you have Dort as your primary ball handler, and Philly went boom, 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 punches in the mouth right away. The game was over. You cost us the game right then and there. What the hell are you doing? You can't take out. You only have one primary ball handler, and you take him out the game. Well, that ended that right there. So, once again, I am not a fan of him, and you guys can like him all you want to, but I understand that we're not going to win with him as the head coach. And I'm talking about win, not just win some games and whatever. We won in spite of him, not because of. It is what it is. And when you look at this game, it tells it everything. Mavericks 16-34, us 15-31. They shot 51%, we shot 47%. Remember, we were leading by 17. But then again, Denver was winning by 20, and they came back and lost. So, you have to make changes. And I'm not a fan of the Denver coach, Mike Malone, at all. I don't like that guy at all. I'm not a fan of him. Wasn't a fan of him. And I'm not a fan of him. So, him getting beat, making the coaching blunders he made, I thought was funny, and he got beat. I don't think us losing mistakes we made are funny at all. But somebody I don't like, and I'm not a Denver Nuggets fan, yeah, 100%. But for us, no, it was very frustrating for me to watch. We got rebounded by 16 points in the paint, 46-40. We won that. 17-8 in turnovers. We took care of the basketball and still got beat. Took care of the basketball and still got beat. And when you look at the stats for the game, for the team stats, the game stats, here are the final stats. Right here. You had Chet, 21 and 3 rebounds. 2 steals. And I'm going to say this about Chet. I got to defend Chet a little bit. Chet played 35 minutes. Chet was freaking exhausted. He was getting the crap beat out of him. And it's just frustrating that I hear all these people double. I said, listen, Chet was our only rebounder, our only defender in the paint. He was Jay Will, and I'm a big fan of Jay Will. But he got exposed against the Mavericks. For teams like that, he can't play against teams like that, okay? And that's what happened with J-Dub. He's just not – the Mavericks and him, they just exported that 100%. J-Dub, 37 minutes. I'm so pissed that he played the whole fourth quarter. I'm like, take him out for 2 minutes. We made 2 runs in this game with him on the bench. And then Dallas is making a run clearly. And then you don't put him on the bench for at least 2 minutes to see what happens? I mean, we made 2 runs to extend our leads with him on the bench twice. Not once, twice. We extended leads twice. And we normally extend leads with him on the bench. And you don't run with that group. You don't, in the fourth quarter trying to win, you don't go with your best 5 for at least a couple minutes. I'm talking about defensively and offensively. That's SGA, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, Kaysen, Jay Will, and then and Chet. And Jay Will, you have to take Jay Will out of that, but I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Give me that lineup for 2 minutes and see what happens. 2 minutes. See what happens. And I just don't get it. I really don't. Josh played 11 minutes, and I think, he did okay, but I'm just going, you took him out of his deal by not starting him. You just totally took our team out of rotation, out of what they were doing by not starting him. That's what you did. You lost games 5 and 6 because you decided not to start Josh Giddey, and you changed the way that we look at it, and the way that we operate, and the way that we flow as a team. That's what happened. 36 points for SGA in 43 minutes, 14 to 25. 4 for 5 from 3, 4 for 7 from the free throw line, which is just terrible. He had 8 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks. That's what he had today, or the other night. Isaiah Joe, 29 minutes, 4 for 7, 3 for 4. He was actually productive in game 6. Lou Dort, 10 times, 3 for 10, 2 for 7, shooting way too much. Once again, you have to give me a coach that can put players in the right place for them to succeed. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. This guy is fantastic at developing players, and he got us to where we need to be 100%. I'm giving him his props on that. I'm giving him his flowers on the fact that he got us here. But for us to make the next move, he's not it. And I said this at the very beginning of the year, before the year started. Now you've got a team that can win. I've said this right from the very beginning. So all these guys are coming out, oh, Thunder this. Not one of them on any of these local sports channels said what I said. None of them. Because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But yet they have a bunch of people in Oklahoma who are football fans who listen to them religiously and believe everything they say, and they're full of crap. I said this beginning of the year. You're going to find out whether this guy can coach or not and take us to the next level. We are not a rebuilding team. We're a young team with plenty of experience and understand how to win games, or we wouldn't have been 24-14 in close games. So all that nonsense about us being the younger team, youngest team ever, that's all highlight BS. That's nice. But we deserved as a city more. We deserved as an organization or as a fan base more. And they deserve more. And he does not the guy to get us where we need to go. Then you look at the rest of the roster, it just was okay and, whatever. Jay Will, 18 minutes, 6 points, 1 for 4 from 3, including a huge rebound that he gave up. Huge rebound he gave up at the end of the game. Because everybody forgets, that we were in this game and then we're up 1. They missed the free throw, and you put J-Dub in the game, and he goes right around him. P.J. Washington goes right around Junior, goes right around and gets a rebound. Then he gets fouled on the 3. That's offensive rebound. That's a defensive rebound. You have to be able to do that, and they had, 14 offensive rebounds? 14. And what were we in the NBA this year? Yeah, 29th. Now what we're going to do is we're going to have an After the Storm show either tomorrow night or whatever night. We're going to do one, and we're going to highlight what the Thunder did and did not do. We're going to highlight the whole season as it goes through. So we're going to go through the whole season and what we feel like they need to do to get better. But, once again, the lineups. And a lot of I have a good friend, and he tells me, he goes, man, I still agree with you about the coaching, but I don't agree. He says, I disagree with your evaluation of of the coach, but I'm mad at him. I'm like, okay, so the things that I don't like about this coach, he doesn't dislike about the coach, but he doesn't want him as coach either. And I'm like, well, then what don't you like about him that I've said about him that I don't understand? How do you not agree with what I'm saying, but you don't want him as your coach either? Then what are you don't like that I haven't talked about? And he never could give me anything. So I thought that was interesting. I'm like, that's fine if you don't like him and you have your reasons and you can disagree with me all you want to, but then what have I said that's wrong? And I talk about this all the time to people. And everybody goes, oh, Matt, I said, you're hard. I said, my thing is this. Tell me something that I have said that is wrong. Give me something that you disagree with what I'm saying and give me a reason why it's wrong. You can't. Because what I'm saying is not wrong. And then, I have another friend. He comes up and he was giving me stats. I said, okay, I can give you stats too. And I'm going to get some stats too today because y'all are stat people, so I'm going to give you some stats. Stats are good and they're okay and they're fine, all right, whatever. But I'm an eye test guy. What I see tells me everything I need to know. when you leave Oklahoma State and you set the all-time steals record for season and career, you have to know how to read people or you can't steal the basketball. Okay? You have to know how to read people or you can't steal the basketball. So if you're the career leader in steals when you leave a university and you set the season record for steals when you leave the university, you have to know how to read people a little bit. So now, of course, my guy, the commander, Randy Rice, says play Waters more. He did. By the way, John Gray told me to tell you hello. So he said tell you hi. By the way, Randy. But anyway, so that's kind of how I look at it. And, Randy, he's joking with me about Lindy, but he doesn't disagree with me. And I'm going to tell you this. Game 5, he was madder than I was. I was pissed. He was madder than I was when I left. I mean, because I said, hey, what do you want me to say? And he was blah, blah, blah. He gave me 2 things right on top of his head. And he said he was not happy. So Game 5, there was a lot of unhappy folks. A lot of unhappy folks after Game 5 at home. But that being said, enough negativity about the team and about what we can do. Now it's about what are we going to do in the future. And when I look at this team and you talk about SGA and you're comparing SGA to J-Dub and how the Thunder think J-Dub has more upside. Let's put it down like this. Here's the playoff stats. SGA led the team in scoring, rebounds, and assists, and was second in steals to J-Dub, who had 1.7 steals per game. And then blocks, Chet had 2.5 or three fouls, 3 blocks per game, and he was second in blocks. So now here's a guy that you think the other guy is better than him, and he led us in scoring, rebounds, assists, second in steals, and second in blocks, in all the categories that matter. And you think someone that is not your best player, and you don't put the ball in the best player's hands, and you don't turn around and go, okay, let's let you cook. Because the first half, he was rolling and we were rolling. Second half, he wasn't really the same as Gruff. He's passing. I'm like, quit passing the damn ball. Go score. Because the one thing about this Thunder, and everybody will agree with, if you really pay attention, when SGA scores, the rest of the team relaxes. They don't have the pressure. They've got to make a shot. They've got to do this. They've got to do that. When he's scoring, it releases the pressure on them, and they can just shoot and relax. And when you look at Chet and how tired he was, Chet got the crap beat out of him. I'm gonna defend Chet. Chet got the crap, but he was doing whatever he possibly could do for that. He did. He played well. I thought, I didn't want him shooting threes, but, he was exhausted at that point. He's like, I'm not going in there. I'm getting beat. I've got a rebound on the other end, and he really didn't hardly do that. But he did defend by being blocks and alter shots coming through the lane. But he just couldn't do it. So, now, on the positive side, like I said, there's several things that we can take from this season. Number one, you know that you've improved in 2 of the 3 areas that you needed to improve in order for this year for us to succeed. You had to become better outside shooters, which we did, and you had to be better perimeter defenders, which we did. So 2 of the 3 things Sam Presti fixed 100%. Now the third thing is inside presence, and I said this on the show the other night after the game. Some guys were talking about that back and forth, and I talked to people watching the game, and they were like, well, Sam Presti, he should have got bigs. And I'm like, if Sam Presti knew or believed, and that's the thing, here's the key word I'm going to say, is believed that we were going to finish first in the West, he would have made a move at the trade deadline. And he would not have facilitated the Galbert to Dallas move. He didn't think that we were going to be anywhere near where we were. If he had of, he would not have gotten our rival and helped them get better and not been able to do anything with us. He would not have done that. But I believe that he did not think, nor did the coaching staff believe that the Thunder were going to be where they are. Because if he did know that we were going to be where we are and he made 0 moves to help us get to the championship and win a championship, what does that say about him as a general manager? So I don't believe that he thought that. I believe that he thought we were at least 2 years away from being where we are right now, or at least 1 year, maybe two away from being where we were right now. I don't believe that he would have not made a decision or a move to make us get better. Now, excuse me. People had talked about, how we were going to draft trade for Laurie Marketing of Utah. Now, of course, they don't want to trade him because he's just gone to another level. But at that particular point, what they were wanting and all that, I'm not giving up Casey Wallace for Laurie Marketing under any circumstances. I'm not giving up Casey. It's just like I was talking to a Dallas Mass fan, and he's like, "Oh well, did y'all wish y'all had Lively instead of Casey?" Nope. I do not wish we had Lively instead of Casey. Hell no. Why the hell would I think that? And we were doing the show Tuesday at Georgia's Happy Hog, and these guys were having lunch, right before I was getting on the air, and we were talking about it, and they were like, "Man, we need some help inside," and Lively. I go, "Lively," I said, "Listen, here's the Thunder, and this is what Sam Presti has constructed. He wants us to have a perimeter team, opening up the lane because of the way the SGA attacks the basket, Josh attacks the basket, J-Dub attacks the basket. Okay? So he wants the lane to be open. He does not want a Steven Adams sitting in the middle, which is what you get Zach Edey. That's what's going to happen. Zach Edey is not ready for this level in the NBA because he's an inside below it, put his back to the post. That's what he is. So that doesn't fit. But that's what Sam Presti wants. So why would you take Lively, who can't shoot threes? That's what Dallas has Kleber for. Because he spreads the floor, he can knock down a three, and it opens up the lane for them to do everything that they want to do. That makes it easy for them to do what they're doing. So why would you do that? Instead, you go get a guy who can defend, who can shoot the three, who can go to the basket. Okay? So why would you not do that? All right? Why we want to give that up? Now, I do believe Sam Presti is going to, and my guy Nathan Taylor and I had a disagreement about this. He thinks that he's going to go get another 6'7", 6'5" guard. I'm like, what the hell? We don't need any more guards. And I argue with my guy Micah Henson about that, Pat Beverly. I'm like, what the hell you want Pat Beverly for? We're good at guard. We're good at guard. We need inside presence, which is the third thing missing from the Thunder to go to another level as a team. And coaching. But that's what we're missing. That last one piece is what we're missing. Inside presence. You have to go big because, as I've said many times, we're 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". The Timberwolves, the Nuggets, the Celtics are 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", with guys doing the exact same things. We're at 6'7", 6'8", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". Exact same thing. They're athletic. They can jump. They can shoot. Exact same thing that we have at a smaller deal, they have at bigs. So that's what you got to go fix if you want to compete, if you're trying to go to the next level. Because our number one is damn as good as their number ones because he's going to be all NBA again for the second year in a row. So our number one guy, well, to me, I don't know about to the Thunder, I think they think J-Dub has the highest upside, which is insane to me. I don't know what the hell they're looking at. But you have SGA. He matches there. You get with the Ant-Man. He matches with Jokic. He matches with Jason Tatum. Now the question is, the Celtics have Jaylen Brown. The Nuggets have Jamal Williams. And then the Timberwolves have have Cat, Karl-Anthony Towns. Isn't that funny to have Ant-Man and Cat? Ant and Cat. That's funny. Anyway, but the Thunder have to develop J-Dub as the number two. Now the difference is they all understand as coaching staffs who the hell your player is. The Thunder don't. And you all can talk to you blue in the face to me about that. There's no way in hell this guy understands who the hell his best player is because his philosophy is us as a team instead of us individually. Him making plays and then watching as he makes plays, we get better. J-Dub's on the bench, we have played better all year long. And for all you stat people, go look at it. Go look at the difference and his plus minus him on and off the court. Look at SGA's plus minus on and off the court. For all you stat people, I'm an eye guy. I don't let it. So, now back to positivity. You go get that. You're doing what you need to do as a group to get better. We have a team. You have one of the best players and getting ready to do something, by the way, no other Thunder player has done ever. First all-team NBA, All-NBA, and then first team All-Defensive. Paul George was All-NBA, second team All-Defense when he was here. So you're getting ready to you have a player who's done something no other player has done for Oklahoma. 1-1. So what that tells me, and should tell them as an organization and tell you as people, you've got your number one. Now you got to develop your 2A, 2B, which is Chet and J-Dub. Now you develop them to follow him. Then you have Kaysen possibly and Dort as your CACB. Then what do? You go out and you get you some more big help inside. And my deal with Jay Will is Jay Will has the body, but he doesn't have the ability to jump and block people in school because they were just jumping. He was boxing man, they're jumping right over the hell, right on top of him. And physically, Gabbard and Lively can physically push him around. But they put J-Dub in the game for one reason, Jay Will in the game for one reason, grab rebounds. And that shot went up. P.J. Washington, he never touched him. P.J. Washington went right around and boxed him out. It's like, what the hell? And you can see it happen. Like, what the hell? He missed the free throw, got the rebound. But once again, why was he in the game? Why wasn't Wiggins playing? So those are things, but remember, we're on the positive side. So you know that to me, I've got guys who I know who I want. I've got SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, Dort, and Wiggins. I got those 6. Now, I'm going to probably keep Jay Will around because he's going to give me some help, but not against all teams, especially against Dallas, he's terrible. But against other teams, he can help. So that gives me 7 that I'm going to go with. Isaiah Joe, he's ran his time with us, to me, has came, and now it's time for him to go on. Because now teams understand, even though he had the one game against Dallas, this last game he had a good game, his stats and everything has gone down. Let me pull these up for you guys so you'll follow what I'm trying to say here, okay? Let me see, where is it? Here we go. Here's the Thunder playoff percentage, shooting percentage, so you understand what I'm saying. You have SGA, 30 points, 49% from the field, 43%, and he only got better. His stats improved except for free throws went down. J-Dub, 18-7, 46 from the field, 38% from 3, and 81% from the line. Chet, 15.6 points per game. And remember, before the playoffs, I said Chet needed to average 18. Okay, remember I said that. 49% from the field, 26% from 3. He just absolutely killed us from three-point line. Killed us from three-point line. 75% from free throw. Lou Dort, 10 points per game, 36% from the field, 39% from 3. 84% from the line. Josh, 8.7, 4.5, 45.3 from the field, 35% from 3, 87% from the line. Isaiah Joe, 6.7, 6.4 points per game, 44%, 41%, which was way down. And then Wiggins, 6.2 points per game, 48%, 30% from 3. And I just think he got out of the rhythm. And then you got Jay Will at 4.4, Kaysen 4.2, and Kaysen looked 39% from the field, 32% from the field. From 3, 50% from the line. Jay Will 48% from the field, 40% from 3, 75% from the line. But what killed us right there is these numbers right here. Kaysen 32% from 3, Wiggins 30% from 3, Chet 26% from 3. Those are the things that killed us and beat us up, okay? Those are things that beat us up because when you look at the Thunder's overall stats, okay, and where we were as a team, okay, that makes all the difference, excuse me, in the world when you look when you look at our stats. Because when you look at the team stats, let me see, do I have team stats? Yeah, here are the team stats for the year. Points, we were third in the NBA. Field goal percentage, we were third in field goal percentage. 3-point percentage, we were number 1. And then remember the stats I just gave you? You just saw we were number 1. And a lot of that had to do with Kaysen and Wiggins and Chet. And that's what we ended up. Right there. Now, after the storm, we're going to break down what we did last year to this year so you really can see the difference in what we had going on between the groups. So that being said, let's go ahead and take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, they love to be behind the scenes. So if you have, they love to come in and survey the land that you want to use, lay it all out for you, plan to make sure there's no flooding and everything will be laid out properly. If you have also dams or a water treatment plant, if you're a local city or county government, they come in there and take care of that stuff as well. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computers, software to be written specifically to make your office run smoother, network design, or website design, they are the people to talk to. They designed our website, MC Sports Network. So hit our guy Russell up for that. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy Jose Fierro up. He'd love to be able to holler at you, and also Adrian with him too as well. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze real quick. I'm trying to work on it, Coach Gray, about my sneezing, okay, and about my sniffling. He's on me about my sniffling. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area, which we will be visiting 2 of them this week. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401 Elm, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon. Okay, Randy, I've got that right, so don't mess with me about that. YMB East was off the Parkway and 39th Expressway. YMB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, 212 steps if you walk around the car. That's what Nathan says. I don't believe he ever walked that, but anyway, I have to take the man at his word, kind of. And then YB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pimpleton Agency, located at 4609 Southeast 29th, Dale City, Oklahoma, 670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays, 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays, proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. That's what that is. And now, the NBA Final Four is now established, so we know who the Final Four is going to be. If I can just find it now. And we know that it's going to, I didn't upgrade. I thought that was updated. Why isn't that updated? Oh, there it is. That should be updated. Why is that not updated, guys? That should be updated. What is the problem? Anyway, this is not updated. I'll have it updated tomorrow because I did the NBA bracket, and it should be updated. I don't understand what the problem is and why it's not updated. Let me fix it real quick because I don't know why that is. That makes zero sense why that's not updated because I know dang well that I did that earlier when I updated it, so I know that I did it. And I know that I saved it in the proper area, so I don't know why that is not updated. So let me do that real quick. I'm making a couple adjustments. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my NBA bracket? Right here. There we go. I don't know why that didn't update right there. That makes me mad. Anyway, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves are going to play each other 5 versus 3 and then 1 versus 6. So the only number 1 seed to make it is the Celtics. The Thunder, according to Shannon Sharp, was the weakest number 1 seed. And then you had the number 2 seed who did not make it in either bracket. And then, of course, the East, the 3 seed, the 4 seed, or the 5 seed. None of them made it to the conference finals. And in Oklahoma City, you have the 5 versus the 3. And as we talked about many times, the biggest thing that we did not want as a Thunder fans, we did not want to see the Mavericks. And this is why we did not want to see the Mavericks. And congratulations, Drew Hinthorn. You did call the Mavericks in 6. I had the Thunder in 6 or a toss-up in 7. And then, of course, Kyrie is now 14-0, as we had discussed in leagues. I mean, in playoff games, which of course he really didn't beat us. I mean, we just didn't play well as a group. I mean, that's just it. We should have did better, but we just did not get it done as a group. But I'm still proud of what we did, and we will be discussing that later. Okay, my basketball camp is the 13th and 14th of June. Grades 2, 2nd through 8th, Thursday and Fridays from 8 a.m. to 12. The cost is $155. You can Venmo or Cash App, and of course the URL is right there. So just go ahead and scan that, and you can sign your child up for the basketball camp. And we only take 25 kids. Okay, so a couple things about the camp is one, this is a camp for you to learn how to play basketball. This is not a camp if you want to learn, if your kids, you just want somewhere to take your kids for a week. This is not Camp Classen or anything like that. This is actual basketball camp. It's not Thunder Camp, not OU or OSU camp. We're going to learn how to play basketball. And there's only 25. It's the maximum we take. We prefer 20 people, but 25 is the max that we take so we can actually teach the game of basketball. So anyway, go ahead and scan that, sign up. I think we have like 7 spots left, something like that. So go ahead and scan that, and then like them and get them done. So, and then of course, I don't know why that happened. I didn't want to do that. And then of course, in PGA news, man, I can tell you what a great match that was yesterday. I don't know if you got to see it, but I just loved. Oh, here, can I pull it up here? Do I have my golf thing? Did I redo that? No, I didn't. But anyway, Xander Schauffele ended up finishing 20. He was 21 under, and he won it, beating Bryson DeChambeau, who came back to cut it to within. Actually, he tied him on the 18th on that par 5. He came back and beat him, or came back to tie him and descended into. Well, with the possibility of sending it into extra holes. Remember, they do 3 extra holes, kind of like what Tiger did in his. I think that was at Valhalla. The last time that went into extra, I think it was at Valhalla against Bob May. Anyway, they were going to do that and go again and go again. But of course, Xander hit a great shot to chip up there and within 6 feet or whatever, and knocked it in to go ahead and win on the final hole, which, I was sitting there thinking, and we were talking about this yesterday while watching the match. Well, I was trying to watch the match, and some guy was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, bro, I'm trying to watch. He goes, I don't really care about that. I said, I don't really give a shit if you care about it or not, bro. I'm trying to watch golf. We're on the 18th hole of the PGA Championship. You don't play golf? So what? And these other 2 guys who played golf, they were sitting there, they just looked at me, heard me say that, was like, wow. I mean, like, I don't give a shit. I'm trying to watch the game. And then, of course, Ace turns around. Ace is with me. He's turning around looking at the guy like, are you talking loud to my dad? Because if you are, I need to handle some business. But anyway, no, I'm kidding. No, he didn't do that. But he did look up when the guy said that, was standing up, and he could just tell that's my voice, but my attitude kind of changed. He just turned around and looked at the dude. And so I said, hey, man, I don't really give a shit. I'm trying to watch the match. I mean, this means something to me. And, of course, Schauffele did what he did to get his first major championship. And, of course, I was happy that DeChambeau got beat. I don't want any of those guys off the LIV Tour. I mean, to me, if you want to go play on the LIV Tour, why the hell are you playing in the majors? Why are you over here? And I'm like with Rory, with the same way with that. If you left the tour, why are you playing the majors? If you didn't want to be on the PGA Tour, then why the hell are you playing in the majors? If you want to go play LIV Golf, then go play the LIV Golf major. That's how I feel about it. If you didn't want to play, why are you over here playing? You went for the money, then keep your ass over there. I don't watch LIV Golf. I don't watch the whatever channel it's on. I'm like, look, as a competitive person, I want to compete to say where I was. Like when I went to OSU, I was like, who is the best player who ever played here? Press guard. I wanted to beat that guy's stats and be the best when I left. That was my goal. Okay? So now if you come into the PGA, your whole life you grew up watching these guys compete. And so here you are with the opportunity to do that. And then what do? You go for the money. You go for the money. That's what you're doing. You're going for the money. And you can't tell me that's golf. That's not golf. That's scramble. That's what we pay to go play in scrambles to go have fun. That's not real golf. That's scramble. Come on, man. And then you want to come by and play in the Masters, and you want to play in the PGA, and you want to play in the Open, and you want to play in the U.S. Open. The Open is the British Open. They just call it the Open, by the way, for you guys that don't know. And I like the way they do it. They bans all those fools. If you didn't win it, you can't play there. I like what they did because they're like, screw that. And the Masters, of course, is all about TV ratings, so they're going to let these guys, especially if you won one, you get to come back. But they don't really accept you. They don't really – they're like, yeah, no, you left. To me, you ran from competition for the money because you knew you were going to have to be at your mentally best and physically best in order to win, and you went and got the money. That's what you did. And I just don't have I don't want to watch you. I don't have respect for you. I mean, to me as a competitor, you lost me right there. There are certain guys that I looked up to and I wanted to, I was like, man, I like that guy. When they went to live, I was done. Now Drew, of course, still likes him because he likes what he likes, but I'm just like, man, I'm sorry. You left. If you're a competitor, to me, if you're a competitor and you go somewhere you don't have to compete and you win for the money, you ain't a real competitor. You know that you're no longer able to win on a consistent basis, so you went, okay, let me go make money. Let me go get some free money. That's what you did. You ain't a competitor. Competitors stay in it. And they were all the money. I said they offered Tiger Woods $1 billion. He said no. They offered Jack Nicholson $500 million or $400 million to come over there and support it. Yeah, I ain't doing that. And then what Greg Norman's gotten, he's went completely in the tank. So I don't have any respect for that whatsoever. I'm out. I'm out. Oh, I say your name and you pop up. What the hell is that? Were you listening? You're like, oh, let me go defend myself, Drew Hinthorn. Is that what you had to do? Are you there, Drew?
Yeah. What's going on?
Nothing, man. I was talking about Xander Schauffele. I was talking about Schauffele winning the PGA, and I was trying to watch it last night on a patio, and this dude stood up. I'm like, man, what? He goes, well, I don't care about this. I don't give a shit. Get out of my way. I'm trying to watch. We're on the 18th hole. He's on his second shot. What are you talking about to win the PGA? And you're talking. I don't want to talk to you. Am I wrong, Drew?
Not wrong at all.
Would you be pissed off if some dude stood up right in front of you while you're trying to watch the 18th hole and Xander Schauffele hit his third shot?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, Drew?
He got cussed out.
Yeah, I'm like, man, and then Ace popped his head up and turned around, looked at him, and, he just kind of looked. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sick my dog on you, but he don't like you raising your voice to his daddy either. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like that either. So, but anyway, it was funny. But we were sitting there talking about the Thunder loss and that, it was a good season and, what all happened. And then talk about, we hadn't got to the, deal where the four teams, only one number one seeds left. And the Celtics are going to roll over the Pacers because the Pacers don't play no defense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what
the Pacers will win a game or two.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics destroy with them.
Yep. And then how about the Mavericks being down 18 come back because your coach doesn't make plays, and then the same thing happened, and I'm not a Mike Malone fan, the Denver Nuggets coach, at all. I think he was trash what he did when he won last year. I thought that was trash, and so they got what they deserved. But being up 20.
Yeah, I don't hate seeing them gone. I got Dallas winning the West anyway in my bet, so I like it.
Yep. Didn't we talk about that after, what was that, game 2? The Dallas won, you changed that?
Yep. I got Dallas winning the West. Think about, I might just double down on them. Have them win the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing is, to me, it depends on if Porzingis comes back, don't you?
Mm-hmm. How healthy he is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he comes back and he's healthy, they're a handful. But with him hurt, I just don't know. What'd you think about the Knicks game yesterday? The Pacers came out, punched them in the mouth, and then once Jalen Brunson broke his hand, it was over with.
Yeah, 100%. But I thought it was over with anyway. Knicks have just lost so many guys.
Dude,
they're so beat out.
Dude, I like Thibodeau, but Drew, he just runs his players he runs them into the ground. He plays them into the ground.
Yep.
Hurt
every year.
It's the same thing. By the time he gets there, his players are so tired. To me, he needs 9. They're not deep enough. He needs 9 guys or 10 guys that he can play as much as he does 7. You know what I'm saying?
Just go down the list of how many people they lost. Start with Randall, through all their big men, through the guard, to Obi. They just kept losing. Got another guy after another guy after another guy. Just attrition after him.
Yep. They had
I think a fully healthy Knicks team gives Boston all they want.
I agree with that 100%. They do. And they don't go to Game 7 against the Indiana Pacers. I can promise you that either.
No.
So no. I looked at that, and what was your takeaway for the Thunder loss?
Man, same takeaway I've had the whole time they lose game. They just got their ass kicked on the board. and they got dominated inside, pushed around those big guys.
Yep, 16 rebounds. 16 rebounds, bro.
They have 12 points, 15 rebounds, and 7 blockers.
Yeah, it was
like
something.
That.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were just too big. They get hands up on every shot. You know, they challenge every shot. And I thought the last two big takeaways. I thought the shot by Arkansas Williams out of the corner with a minute 50 left of the game was absolutely ridiculous. Then I thought Chet pulling up the three with 52 seconds left. God, that shot. Well, he had the ball in his hands.
Yeah. Well, Drew, to me, the takeaway was at the second half, they turned SJ into a facilitator and then put the ball in his hands to go score. That's what he did. And then the second thing
is, guys at the end of that game don't need to be shooting.
No.
Open threes. I don't care if they're open or not.
Yeah, but you got to remember though. Jay, or Drew. This is my thing. Is this SGA scores and he goes and he scores 2 or 3 times in a row. Chet makes that three. Jay Will makes that three if SJ has scored 2 or 3 times in a row because it releases the pressure off them. Once the pressure on them to make a play, they're not able to make a play. That's the difference to me. Yeah. And then the second thing is that you made 2 runs in this game with J-Dub on the bench twice. Mm-hmm. And in the fourth quarter, he played the whole fourth quarter. And I'm like, take him out for 2 minutes and see what happens. We made 2 runs with him on the bench, and then you play him. You don't take him out. Take him out and see what happens. See if we make a run without him again.
That little 6-point run that Dallas made at the end of the third quarter where they were down 13 and they went down 7, that one hurt.
Yep. But who was in the game? Once again, who's in the game? And that's what I'm saying. The Oklahoma City makes a run with him on the bench. You bring him back. But Daigneault is determined to make J-Dub, to say that J-Dub has more upside than SGA. And I just put the stat up, Drew. SGA led us in scoring, rebounds, and assists, and he was second in steals and second in blocks. What else do you got to get the man to do?
Yeah.
And he got better. His stats got better every game. Games 4, 3, 4, 5, and 6, his stats were better. And everybody else's were not. So, but I mean, like I said, I'm proud of the team. You know, and the whole thing is you've got 6 guys. Maybe I'm going to add Jay Will 7 that you need to keep. You need to make Isaiah Joe's run with here is done. He whatever he was doing for us, other teams have adjusted to. That's done.
Yeah,
that's done.
Well, he's not a very good defensive player either. He can't really. I mean, he's all right, but I mean, he's serviceable. But he's not somebody as a stopper. And now he's not the greatest shooter in the world either. So, but I mean, this team's trying to win right now, and he's not going to make you win right now.
Well, are they, Drew? Are they trying to win right now?
Well, I hope so. After all that, you get one win away from the Western Conference Finals. You think you are, but maybe not.
Well, Drew, I said I had to argue with a guy, and we were talking about Presti and stuff like that, and I said, I promise you, if Sam Presti, and I think you and I and Nathan talked about this, if Sam Presti thought at the trade deadline that we were going to be the number 1 team in the West, Gabbert, he would not have facilitated the trade for Gabbert to go to Dallas, number 1. And number 2, he would have made some sort of effort to make us better inside. He didn't think we would be where we were. We are a year or 2 years ahead of what he thought we would be. That's facts. He's not. He's an excellent general manager. There's no way he would have thought that. Do you agree, Drew?
I agree. I mean, nobody thought that they were going to be the 1 seed this year. I think that
we thought 3. We thought 3 seed.
Yeah, I was thinking 3 to 5.
Yep.
But the West is stacked. I mean,
stacked. But like I said, Drew, I said this is my thing with the West. With the NBA, we have a number 1 player who matches everybody else's number 1 player. We match Boston's number 1 player, Denver's number 1 player, Minnesota's number 1 player, Dallas's number 1 player. And Philly's number 1 player. So we got the guy to match anybody NBA's number 1. We got him. And plus, remember, he's been all NBA 2 years, and he's going to be all NBA 2 years in a row.
Right.
And he's going to be first team all defense, which is the first time the Thunder have ever had that. So I'm sitting there looking at that. I'm going, okay, so we got a number one. Now develop your 2A and 2B and your 3A and 3B, which is obviously Kaysen would be your 3A. And then whether that's somebody else to be your 3B, get your 3B, whoever that is. And then your 5 and 6 or 7, whatever you can do after that. But,
Right.
our boy Jay Will got exposed big time. Man, he got exposed,
Yeah.
bro, by Dallas. Man, and I felt bad about that. But, Drew,
Yeah, he did. He did.
I'm sorry, why
and,
was...
and, and I thought and Chet found out he's going to have to get stronger.
Yeah.
He's got to be more aggressive because those two guys, they brutalized you.
Yep, 100% they did, Drew. 100% they did. But you know what? Like I said, he was tired because he got beat up. He got beat up.
Yeah.
He got beat up, and I'm gonna give him all the love because he got beat up, bro.
Yeah,
He did. He got beat up.
And then that's what I'm saying, how bad a shot Jay was coming in, not coming in helping out on the glass and getting in there and battling, coming in and jacking an ill-advised 3 out of the corner.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't understand. That was a bad shot. It was a big possession, too.
But you got to remember, though, what did Dallas do? SGA drove to the basket, and he does what Dagnall wants. He wants to make everybody else better by paying. We're a team. No. End of the game, you win by 2 things. You play great defense, and you let SGA go. That's what you do. You let him score. And I'm like, I don't understand how we won game 4 because he scored 4 straight possessions. And even your boy Jacob Dieseldorf said the thing. I mean, even he brought that up. And, he and I disagree on tons of stuff. But he even brought that up like, okay, he scored 4 times in a row. Look what happened. Oh, so you're in agreement with me now. Okay, Jacob, you're in agreement with me now. You were arguing with me earlier in the year. Now you're in agreement with me. Okay. But anyway, so I just laughed at that. I'm like, dude, when he scores 2 or 3 times in a row, it relaxes everybody to where, man, SJ's got this. All I got to do is help him.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a huge shot, like you said, that Chet took, and a huge shot Jay Will took. Huge.
Yeah.
And I think if big possessions. But what my thing is this, SGA's doing what the coach wanted.
Yeah.
That's what he's done. So, anyway.
And that hopefully next year we'll have some guys that are in position to make those shots.
Well, Drew, what you're going to have to do is one thing. The thing, we led the NBA in three-point percentage. Okay? But the percentage this year, I don't know if you saw my things, Drew. Let me go over these for you so you can see these. It's Kaysen Wallace, Drew, for the playoffs, 32% from 3.
Oh.
Jay Will, 40%. Wiggins, 30%. Isaiah Joe, 41%. Giddey, 35%.
Well, you wouldn't think Isaiah Joe shot 41% because he was just – how many did he make?
Well, that was a Dallas game. He was 4 for 7. But that we're talking. This is for the whole playoffs.
Right.
And then Chet, Drew, 26%.
Yeah, he had no legs in the playoffs. He was getting the crap beat out of him down low.
No, and to Chet's defense, Chet, I thought he played good, considering what he was getting. He was fighting. He's competitive as hell. I'm gonna give him love for that. He's competitive as hell. They were pushing. He was pushing them back, and he's blocking shots and doing what he can. But offensively, it took everything out of him. He just doesn't have the lower body to be able to maintain both of those. And my thing is this, Chet, go down low. When you're tired, you have to go down low. You cannot shoot threes. He was 1 for 7, Drew.
Yep.
1 for 7. But, I like our team, but he's going to have to make a decision. We know what a guy told me we should add, Drew? Pat Beverly. What is your thoughts on Pat Beverly coming to
No thanks. I'll pass on Pat Beverly.
He goes, we need another point guard. I go, Pat Beverly?
Not him.
And my thing is this, like I said, Drew, you got to keep.
They could use a backup point guard, but they need 2 rim runners.
Yeah.
They need 2 6'9", 6'10",
6'11".
Guys that can run the floor and just attack the glass. You don't need them to score 25 points a game. You need to get you 8, 10, block shot, grab it, kick it back out to SGA.
Yep. What you need is.
You watch Lively. When Lively gets a rebound, he's looking for 2 guys. He's looking for Luka and he's looking for Kyrie.
That's exactly what he's doing. And would
you? And shoot it. Oh, yeah, that's his job.
And Gabbert is doing the exact same thing. Get an offensive rebound. and do that. But you know what, Drew, is what I said. I said the group you got to keep is SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Dort, Kaysen,
Yeah,
Wiggins,
about 7 guys.
and then probably J. Will. Those are your 7.
It's possible you could have 6 or 7 roster spots flip this next year.
That's what I'm saying. But Drew, I'm saying those 6 or 7, and J. Will, I still like him, but he got exposed major this deal. He got exposed. So for sure, those 6, possibly him as 7. But Isaiah Joe, he's exposed. He doesn't. He's got to go somewhere else where he can be under the radar, which is what happened when he came to the Thunder last year.
Another thing is, what I was thinking about is Dort's gonna somebody's gonna offer Dort some money.
Well, we got him on. He ain't going nowhere for 2 years, Drew. We got it for 2 more years. Yeah, for 2, 3. We got whatever 15
He'd
million.
be a nice trade piece too. Somebody might come off somebody for it too.
Yeah, because you have Keontae, Drew. You got Keontae Johnson. He can play. He can do Dort and he can score.
You know, if you can package Isaiah Joe and Dort, Giddy,
you
know, into something for somebody else.
A young big. And I was telling.
Then you go draft you a point guard.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, Drew. I mean, okay, if you get rid of Josh, you got to have somebody to replace him.
Yep.
But for the most part, you know, you've got like I said, the Thunder's problem is we're 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", 6'8". The Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Celtics and the Lakers, they're all 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", doing the exact same thing our 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" guys are doing. They're 6'9", 6'10", 6'11", doing the exact same thing.
Yep, I agree.
So you got to get bigger to if you're trying to win.
Make up your mind. Do you want to compete? You want to win the championship, or you just want to be good and have pack counts?
Yep.
Right? There's a big difference.
Big difference. Big difference. And that's what I said you've got to do.
I think Dallas is ready to win right now.
That's why they did what they did.
They're good. Yeah.
That's why they did what they did. And the trades they got getting P.J. Washington to come home, which he killed. He beat us up the last few minutes. But that offensive rebound and then SGA's foul.
What was the rebound the last game? 42 to 25 or something?
They outrated about 17, Drew. It was hang on a second.
Here's your ball game. There's the ball game.
It was 47 to 31.
We got lucky in game 5.
It was 47 to 31, Drew. 47 to 31.
Yeah. 16 rebounds. I mean, there's your ball game.
There's your ball game. But you know what, Drew? Like I said, too, 14 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, 14.
14 offensive
I wish
rebounds.
they kept that stat in the stats that say, you know, what is the one they have at the Thunder games that shows it on the board? It says, like, offensive rebound percentage.
Like
like, that's a great stat. Like, how many points are coming off offensive rebounds? I like that stat. I wish they kept that in the stat log, you know what I mean, instead of just at the game.
They killed us. The thing is this, is that
they're getting after rebounds, kicking it back out and scoring. Like, what's that percent?
Right.
I guarantee you Dallas is in the fourth quarter was high.
Yeah. And the thing is this, you know, like I'm not a fan of, I like Steven Adams, but what we do, we had to get rid of. But that's what he does. He gets you offensive rebounds and kicks it back out. That's what Steven Adams does.
Yeah.
But he clogs up the lane.
I hated to see him lose, man. I was looking forward to a Game 7.
Me too.
I thought it would have been just unbelievable in here tonight.
Which would be tonight. Yeah. Which would have been tonight. Yeah. Game 7 tonight. This place would have been rocking. It would have been. It was rocking for about 2 minutes. Game 5, and then it stopped. It stopped after that.
But you know, we said this thing is. You don't win it just coming out of the box. It is a process, and we know what we got to go get. How will we go get them? That's the big question. Will you go put the team around SGA? And you said it all year. What are they going to do? Are they going to pussyfoot around and try to do this, you know, San Antonio style, you know, deal, or are they going to build it around him and go all in on him? And that's what we're going to find out.
Right. That's 100%. They're not good. The whole thing is this. Yeah. San Antonio had a group of guys that all played. They did not have they had the one guy like Tim Duncan. Yeah. They had him that at the end, you know, they're going to, but you had Parker. You had Ginobili. You know, they had other guys that could go. And, you know, but at the end of the day, it all went through Tim.
That team was built around Big Boy.
Yep. It was that's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, It went to the big boy to close the deal. The Thunder are the exact
So, I
opposite.
mean, if you're SGA, they put Matt Clark in SGA shoes right now. Who do you what? I mean, are you saying go find me 2 big men? What are you telling them?
But the problem is he ain't telling them nothing because they ain't listening to him. Number
Right.
one. But if they
And
were,
that's the problem.
if they were, I'd say, dude, the whole thing is the Thunder know what they need. They need 2 big men. They need bigs.
Yeah.
That's the only thing they're missing. They need bigs. That's the only thing.
5, not 4s.
Right.
5.
You need 5s. You got to put Chet at the 4. So he doesn't get the crap beat out of him. He needs to move to the 4.
And he's not shooting bricks all through the playoffs because he's battling 7-footers down low.
That are beating the crap out of him.
He got no help.
He got no help. I mean, Jay Will gave us no help this year. This series, none.
You know what you said the other day that I was thinking, man, that is right. You know what, dude? If Cleaver plays, Oklahoma City probably wins that series.
Well, because
if Cleaver plays, because then he's not getting the crap beat out of him.
Right, he's outside.
6-yard Cleaver on the perimeter.
Yep. That was it. I mean, they just but the whole thing.
And all of us thought with Cleaver going down that really hurt Dallas, but honestly, it didn't. It made them play a different style of basketball where they just
against the Thunder. Against the Thunder.
Against the Thunder. Now they're going to need him now.
They need him against the Timberwolves. But the whole question is,
be able to come back and play?
Well, yeah, he's gonna. I don't know if he's coming back this soon, but it may be at the end of the series. But do you want him at that point? Because you've gone a month without playing with him. So do you want to bring him in this late? Kind of like the Celtics got to ask.
You're in a groove.
Kind of like the Celtics. What do you do? I mean, are you gonna bring Porzingis back this late?
You got to have Porzingis. I think you got to have Porzingis to beat Minnesota or Dallas.
Yep. But my thing is this too, though, Drew. My thing with the Thunder is there's gonna be 2 issues. You have to decide. Like you said, are you going to go through SGA or not?
Yeah.
And number 2, you're going to have to get a coach who doesn't believe not putting your players' heads in the clouds by saying our goal is to win a championship. How the hell is that putting your players' heads in the clouds?
Right.
This is what we're.
Dagnall's post-game interview. What did he have to say?
I don't know. I don't listen to him. I don't listen to him.
I didn't.
I don't listen to him.
I saw SGA's post-game interview, which I thought for a guy that took just a crazy call. It's a call. He fouled him. But the way he handled it, man, couldn't handle it better.
He said, I fouled him. Because I fouled him.
I should just let him shoot it.
Yep. He goes, he fouled, but he was trying to make a play.
Yeah,
and when you're first team all defense, what do you try to do? Make a play.
Yep.
So.
I couldn't have been more impressed with his post-game demeanor and I mean, he's going to be special.
Yep.
Just hold on to him.
And Drew, and on top of that is this. Hey, Drew, why do you call timeout and challenge that?
Yeah.
As assistant coaches, you have it on your pad. He fouled him. There's no question. Right. Now what you do is you take away your ability to get the ball at half court and run a play.
Yeah. I said that too. I said that's a foul. He got him right there on the arm.
Got him on the arm.
If you don't call timeout, you get 3 seconds from half court. And then you got a chance.
You got a chance to run a play. You're only down 2. At that point, you can run a play.
You know exactly what was coming.
Yep.
Pick and roll. He's going to get it. Free throw line extended. He's making one move.
Making one move and pulling.
Might make a bucket.
Yep, That's exactly what he's doing. But you know what? That's why I was like, why are you calling? But once again, he's the coach of the year. What a joke. What a freaking joke. What a joke.
To say it again, what a game. And
what a game.
And, they should have won. They had a chance to win. And,
you know what I said, Drew? You know what I said? It reminded me of the Lakers-Denver when the Lakers won the whole game except for the last half second.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it reminded me of. You're winning the whole game until the last play. And my thing is this, Drew.
You know, and way people get hurt. It's supposed to hurt. You're supposed to take
supposed to hurt.
Next year, you got to move on.
How about Minnesota's when they had Ant-Man and Cat? And they were talking about, you lost this year with the lose. He goes, we lost last year. What the hell are you talking about? We already know what it's like to lose. What are you talking about, dude?
I'm sorry to see Jamal Murray singing the blues.
Oh, I'm not a fan of him, man. I'm not a fan of his, man.
Yeah.
And he played great.
We beat him. He did. What do you have, 40?
Yeah, 35, I think.
38.
35, 38, yeah.
I tell you what, though, man, when Minnesota gets it going, when they get Reed going.
What they do is they start D'ing you up, Drew. What do I say?
Yeah, people that was out of his head though last night.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, when he's making those shots, it's over.
Yeah.
Beating them.
Dude, it was crazy. But I'm saying their defense, Drew, they outscored them 60-37.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun series. That'll go 7. That'll be a fun series. That's a 7-game series.
Yeah. Yeah, I may have to roll.
Dallas clips them in 6.
Yeah, I may have to go call my boy Roe and see if I can get 2 tickets. We may have to roll. I might if I get 2 tickets.
I'd be down to go down and catch game 4 down there or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. What was game? Was it game 3 or 4? When are the games? What days are they?
That starts Wednesday.
So it's Wednesday, Friday.
Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. So it'd be Sunday in Dallas.
Oh, Sunday fun day. Go up Saturday night.
Yeah, little afternoon delight Sunday.
Go up Saturday night, recover all day. Go have brunch. Yeah, that would be a come true. And then come back after the game. I might have to call Rolando and see if I can get that done, man. That might be a fun trip.
And the Celtics start tomorrow night.
Yeah, I saw that. We'll talk about that tomorrow. So then we're gonna do the after the storm Thunder post game host show here, and probably Tuesday, to either tomorrow night or Wednesday night, maybe Wednesday.
Did you go on after the game?
Oh yeah.
Saturday?
Oh yeah.
You did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was at Angie's for Madison's graduation
deal.
So.
Yeah, well, she invited me to it, but I knew I had to work, Drew, because my assistant guy. So I worked from 7 a.m. to 10 Saturday.
Oh, I was about halfway into a bottle of agave. So I didn't figure I was keeping good.
Yeah, I was, dude. I missed it, but that's because I was supposed to be done at 4, and then I was going to come to Angie's party to do that, but because I didn't get done until 10 o'clock that night, so.
You would have liked it. I'd tell you a good story off the air.
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, tell me about that later. All right, brother. Well, hey, tomorrow, hit me up. You forgot to send me your picks today. You want to go over them? Just talk about them?
No, well, it's been a morning. I've been chasing some stuff this morning after all those storms last night.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I didn't get on because the Braves blew a 5-run lead in the 8th inning in the WA, so I'm too happy about that. And there's some good ones tonight. I'll send them to you. Maybe you can just throw them on here.
Well, no, well, I can't do them now because I was going to have you do them. But we can just tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow because we're going to the barbecue.
I don't really have a whole lot. Not really a whole lot going on tonight. I took the Canucks just because I've just bet on them.
Yeah, game 7.
So I was going to be betting on them. Yeah, the game 7, and I took the Braves in the back half of the doubleheader, and I think I took the Yankees and the Orioles tonight. That's about all I took. The Orioles are playing at St. Louis. St. Louis is struggling. And the Yankees, and they're just rolling. So pretty much if you just met the Yankees and the Dodgers every night, you'll be all right.
And that reminds me, in a couple of weeks, Drew, I'm going to do try to get my interview thing in for Houston, by the way. Since I remember I missed it when I was sick.
Yeah.
So
what are we going to do? So when are we going to do our NFL season deal for the Cowboys and the Chiefs? We're
going to do it Friday. We're actually doing the Cowboys. Friday? We're doing the Cowboys and the 49ers on Friday.
But we need to do the Chiefs, too.
Well, we're going to do the Chiefs first. I was going to do the Chiefs. I was going to do the Chiefs and Ravens. So what we can do is, Drew, what we'll start is...
Don't give High Stick Harry early
I'm giving High Stick Harry some love, man. Get be nice. So, Drew, what we'll do is tomorrow we'll do the Chiefs and the Ravens, and on Wednesday we'll do the Bengals.
When are you going to be at the
Friday? That's what I'm saying, Friday. That's what I'm saying, Friday.
I may have to work it around where I can swing through there on Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're doing that's what I'm saying. That's why I was waiting to do the Cowboys and Niners on Friday because I'm gonna be there.
I got New Jersey to break. Anyway.
Yeah, I was supposed to go Friday, dude, but I was so sick, man. My sinuses, Drew. This weather, oh man, it's just killing me, man. It's just, I'm like.
Well, I've been back up. I've been having these crazy migraine headaches because they switched my medicine, and it jacks me up. So I get to where I have to go lay down for a while. So I don't know if it's just getting old or I don't know.
Yeah, mine is brutal, dude. I can't. I'm just like, man, I'm over this sinus stuff. I mean, weather. Make up your mind. But it's just be like my old coach last night. He was like, man, you're sniffling after the show. That I was like, hey, man, I have sinuses. He go, well, it make it look bad. I said, bro, if you've got sinuses, issues, everybody sniff. They're constantly sniffing.
Oh, yeah.
I said, if it's sinuses, bro. Yeah, I said, dude, it's 10 o'clock. I said, what else am I going to be doing? I've been at work for.
But and Friday, I think I get in there early because Friday's little Mrs. Baby Faith's birthday. So
Oh, okay. Is that Faith?
Yeah.
Oh,
Turning 6.
was she that old already?
I'm actually dropping her new bike off right now to have Al's bicycles put it together for her.
Oh man, nice. She'll be happy. She'll be happy for that. She'll be. I gotta give her some love on that. So, all right, brother. Well, I'm gone.
All right.
I gotta go get beat up. I gotta go beat up these kids, man.
All right. Get after it.
Hey, that's my guy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com.
So be good.
Yeah, I know I had to lead. I don't even know why do I even set him up. I don't even know why I set him up for that shit. I don't know why I do it every time. Everybody else, hey, everybody else,